Chairman James Comer just announced today that he's issued subpoenas for a host of high-profile individuals to appear for depositions in the coming months. That list includes former President Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Robert Mueller, former Attorney General Merrick Garland, Bill Barr, Jeff Sessions, Alberto Gonzalez, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, just a lot of really bad people. Joining us now, the stellar Congresswoman from South Carolina. She's running for governor. She's a key member of the House Oversight Committee. Let's start on Capitol Hill, Congresswoman. Chairman Comer just released this very extensive witness list with some big names like the Clintons. What has the chairman told you about his plan in this investigation? What's it about, and what tools will he use to bring in these witnesses?
Well, the first step in any investigation is issuing subpoenas, and our committee did that today. There is a long list of about 11 individuals who are going to be subpoenaed over this issue, and I voted to release Epstein files, by the way, and am part of, have co-sponsored the bill to do that as well. And you know, we want to make sure that the American people have answers, and we're going to be asking a lot of tough questions when these people will come before our committee to be deposed and hopefully testify.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what are you going to ask Bill Clinton if he shows up?
Gosh, where do I start? You know, Bill Clinton, I want to know how many times he was on the plane. President Trump has said he was at Epstein Island 28 times, right? Or flew on the plane 28 times. And so that'll be my first question, more than likely. How did he enjoy Epstein Island?
You're running for governor. I'm eager to chat with you about that campaign. Obviously, South Carolina, very important state politically. What do you think makes you stand out in a crowded race?
Well, in this race, we're ahead in every poll. No one will work harder for South Carolina. We have a huge opportunity to have an America First governor, not just in South Carolina, but in every state across the nation. I'm working really hard, both on fundraising and on policy. I unveiled an 8-point plan yesterday, even though I'm in a bright red state. Our statewide leaders turned a blind eye to sanctuary policies. We had a rogue sheriff, sanctuary sheriff last year that was letting illegals out. That were rapists, they were murderers and pedophiles, and there was only one person that stood up, and that was me, and I got her unelected in November. And I don't understand why this is happening. We have the highest state income tax in the Southeast. We're not competing with Florida, your home state. You guys have zero state income tax. We're not competing with Georgia or North Carolina. I unveiled a 5-year plan to cut it down to zero, and I look forward to unveiling all of our plans for education, healthcare, all of those things. We're doing it now. We're doing it live.
You've represented a purple district in Congress, and if someone were asked about your ideology, I don't know that there would be like a 1 or 2 word phrase that would really capture it, other than maybe you're a maverick. What would you describe like to people maybe who aren't familiar with some of your policy positions about what it means to be a Nancy Mace Republican?
Well, it means to be a fiscal conservative, but also have and be an independent voice. As you know, Matt, we fought some big fights on the Hill, particularly when it came to the debt ceiling, when it came to spending. I blame both Republicans and Democrats for the $37 trillion of debt and counting that we have in this country. And so I've held both sides accountable, particularly when it comes to the power of the purse and how much spending we have, because we're on this cliff. And I think it's important that we as conservatives call out members of our own party. And I've been doing that every step of the way since I got elected to Congress.
The spending in South Carolina from state government has at times gone to major corporations to bring manufacturing to the state. And the state has become a manufacturing powerhouse. But should state government be using taxpayer funds to buy jobs?
Or sports teams even. I mean, we have invested in some really, cronyism here in South Carolina. We have a budget that's just over $40 billion. Pre-COVID in 2019, Matt, the earmarks in the state budget were around $30 million. Well, yet last year it was about $700 million. So how does that happen in that short a period of time? And so in my plan to rein back and turn the taxes down to zero over 5 years is to rein in that spending in our general fund, which is about 1/3 of the budget, is to cap that, limit that, and give people a permanent rebate on their taxes to cut it down to zero. We have a lot of reckless spending that we can get under control if we really address it in a smart, sensible, common sense way, just like Donald Trump would.
there were all kind of false allegations against Republicans that we were trying to hurt Medicare or Medicaid, when the reality is a lot of people in Washington wanted to send the decisions to the states around the Medicaid program. So if you could apply, if you were governor of South Carolina and you could apply for any Medicaid waiver, and I know you've got a very good relationship with President Trump, he's definitely going to take your call. What is it that you're going to do to design a South Carolina specific plan on Medicaid?
Well, number one, I was at a little coffee shop this morning in Charleston, South Carolina called the Berry Patch. And I had a woman who came up to me in tears, and she was disabled, lives in a nursing home, literally crying because she's been told that Donald Trump's going to take her Medicaid away and that she won't be able to live in this home. And I told her it's very clear she was disabled, that that was not going to happen when I'm governor, not on my watch, and that we would be there for her every step of the way, and Donald Trump wasn't taking away her Medicaid. But, however, if you're an able-bodied person and you can work, you're going to get a job, because we want every citizen who can be a productive member of society go and get a job and work and earn those benefits. But for those who are disabled, who need that kind of care, you're going to have it under Donald Trump's presidency and under my leadership as governor.